I don't want there to be a live action My Hero Academia, but it looks like there's going to be one whether I like it or not. Welcome, everyone. So Netflix is making a live-action MHA movie for some reason. This movie will be directed by Shinsuke Sato, who directed Alice in Borderland, which is like a Korean thriller that's on Netflix. He's directed other manga adaptations like Bleach and all the Kingdom movies, and this live-action Death Note where I can't tell if it looks dumb or terrifying. For screenwriters, they've appointed Joby Harold, who wrote the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series, which was fine. They also have Jason Fuchs, who wrote the movie Argyle with Superman and Dua Lipa, but also Ice Age Continental Drift. So of course it's gonna be good. MHA isn't a super fashion-forward show, but I'm a fashion girly. So of course I can't help but wonder how each of these characters would dress in real life. Starting with Jirou, I was looking at some grunge style, and I was also thinking like Rockstar meets Bella Swan. So like baggy or bootcut jeans, layered tops like this camisole under this t-shirt. I have this long sleeve as well and this collared shirt. With this off the shoulder top, you could have like a sports bra underneath so that the straps are showing. With this, I had the second half of season 4 in mind. I don't know what it is with the stars, but I like the stars as like a little motif. Another one is safety pins. I feel like that's starting to get into more like punk territory, and I think that they could explore that. And I wish I looked for more stuff that was like emo fashion. This one is definitely more streetwear. I feel like it would be cool to see her in more typically masculine styles. Kind of on the other hand, we have this outfit with this skirt, so it's a little more girly, but the tracksuit jacket balances it out. And I like the headphones and the leg warmers as accessories. In the show, I saw her wearing this belt choker and just like chokers in general. Maybe not this one specifically, but it's like the same point. I have this necktie in a bow, taking something that's usually part of men's fashion and making it girly. Kind of the same thing with the safety pins. I think the DIY part of it is very fitting for her. For Jirou's hair, because hair is very important in the show, there's these series of photos on Pinterest. It'll show the character and then like a K-pop idol to show what the hair could look like. So this is Hani from New Jeans, RIP New Jeans. I like the length of the hair and the bangs and like how shaggy it is. If you had someone with brown hair or like a wig that was this color and then you dyed it like a bluish purple, I feel like you could still get the same effect. Like it looks like dark hair, but in the light you see a purple tint. So this is Jirou. I feel like I had a lot of green in here, which I'm not super sure about. I think they should lean into more like honestly purple and pink, and then keep the blue, the black, the white, and then maybe even a little bit of red. Next is Kirishima. The thing about the guys is that they're teenage boys, so they're not necessarily going to be super fashionable, but everyone on Pinterest is fashionable, so this is just like what we're dealing with. I do think Kirishima would be able to dress like this, but maybe I'm just projecting. You know when you go on vacation and you're like out to dinner or something and you see a gaggle of boys and they're all dressed the same? I feel like that's how Kirishima dresses. In the same vein, in the dorm episode, he has like a poster or a tapestry of the Great Wave painting. So I kind of took that and ran with it with like the shark surfer beach aesthetic. He wears a button up a lot of the guys do. I have some graphic tees in here as well, but I feel like this would be his usual outfit formula. I like this one because of the red and the necklaces. Again, beach, vacation, shark. For his hair, I have a little bit of a different idea. So this is what his hair looks like in the show. And in my head, if you had a wig like that, it would be like a helmet, and it might start leaning into like cosplay territory. So my idea is kind of like a transformation thing where whenever he uses his quirk, then he gets his spiky hair. And then the rest of the time, I just have like these pictures of shaggy hair. I don't know who this guy is, but I like his hair. I think it's a good color. If you were to do something that's more shaggy and has all these like flippy ends, I think it could still evoke the same spiky feeling. I had to do ones with a headband because he wears a headband in the show. I like this one especially with the two pieces in the front. He has this in the show, but obviously they're like sticking up. So this is kind of like the regular hair down version of that. So this is kind of what I'm thinking for Kirishima. For Deku, in my mind, he dresses like IN from Stray Kids, but like less fashionable and more sporty. One of the problems I ran into while trying to find inspiration from the show is that they are wearing uniforms or their hero costumes most of the time. The episode where they move into the dorms, my favorite episode by the way, was a good way to learn about their personality and style. On the day today, I saw Deku wearing blue, white, and black a lot. Imagine this outfit but with cargo shorts. I do think he would stick to a graphic tee and like basketball shorts or joggers. All of the guys dabble in button ups, but just in different color schemes. I don't really like the green here. Again, stick to the blue, white, black. For Deku's hair, you could go all green, or you could do the thing like I said with Jirou's hair where you dye it over the brown so the color's more subtle. And they should lean into the fluffy unruliness. For Sero, I feel like we're starting to get a little repetitive, so I don't have that much, unfortunately. Like I said, the dorm episode helped to understand the characters' styles and preferences, but it doesn't really go beyond their dorms. If you're gonna be drawing a cartoon character over and over, it's going to be more work to give them an elaborate outfit than it is to draw them in solid colored tops and bottoms. I think for Sero, they should lean into brown and green, maybe even yellow, because I know he has that in his hero costume. This might be a stretch, but I feel like he could rock like a rule of thirds high-waisted thing, or at least like a top that's a little bit shorter. We have the opposite here with a long shirt and baggy pants. I really liked this top with the stripes that's reminiscent of his dorm room. I have this one here too, just not with these shoes. This might be a hot take, but I think Sero would be a performative male. I think he would be one of those guys you see on campus getting a matcha, and damn, he's performative, but damn, he's pretty. And he probably already has a girlfriend and is like a stoner. In the show, Mina is very trendy. That's also a thing agreed upon by fans, where I thought it would be cool to lean into more masculine or androgynous styles with Jirou. I think we should go even more girly with Mina. So I have like yoga pants and sets, stuff that might be considered more basic, and of course a lot of pink. This outfit that's like small top, big bottoms. This outfit that's inspired by season 4 when she teaches the class how to dance. I don't know how I feel about it though, like aesthetically. Again, I feel like she'd just follow whatever's trending. For her hair, I like these two options. And then this cosplay, I felt like the hair looked more realistic compared to some others, which is what we're looking for. I think they should stick to a bob and not make it too overly voluminous or cartoony. Before Mina, all the characters we've covered are pretty like normally human. Or if their powers affect them physically, like Kirishima or even Jirou or Sero, you could do like a transformation thing for them. Mina is starting to dip our toes into possible uncanny valley territory. I don't know anything about makeup or SFX makeup. For Mina, I think you could still do the pink skin and the eyes and it still look fine. Once you start to get to some of the other characters in their class is when it gets more difficult. Like Tokoyami just has the head of a bird. Hoda is like a rock. I feel like when he does get more screen time, they draw him more animal looking, and his quirk is that he can talk to animals. For Ojiro or Shoji, characters that have a tail or multiple arms, that could be like practical effects, but would probably end up as CGI. And hopefully it's good and they commit enough that it isn't too uncanny. I feel like they shouldn't take themselves too seriously with this movie. The show already has a rep for being cringe, and I feel like it's going to be no matter what. But if the movie doesn't take itself too seriously, then hopefully the audience won't either, maybe? That way it's having fun and it's not necessarily cringe. There isn't even a set release date for this movie yet, so all of this remains to be seen. I've been yapping for way too long, so I'll come back later to do the rest of the characters I have. But for now, thanks for watching. Let me know who you want to see in the next part, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!